In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can migrate to New Zealand in less than 50 days. You will be given 2 years work permit initially, and after 1 year, you will be able to apply for permanent resident, and after 1 year, you will be able to apply for citizenship. The average salary in New Zealand is between 3,000 New Zealand dollars to 10,000, and there are currently more than 200,000 jobs vacancies in New Zealand. There are jobs for skilled workers and unskilled workers. You will be able to take your family with you. Your wife or husband won't have any restriction on their visa, which means that they will be able to work in any sector of the New Zealand economy that they choose to. And your children, if you're migrating with your children, will be able to access free education and free healthcare in this country. For those who do not know where New Zealand is next door to Australia. It's surrounded by beautiful islands. Fuji Island is not too far from New Zealand. So this is an advanced country with average life expectancy for men and women. It's more than 80 years. If you are seeing my video for the first time, my name is Francis. I help people migrate to new countries without having to spend a dime on agent. I save them money by doing that. The information that I provide is completely free of charge, and I always respond to inquiries in the comment section. If you are someone who has ambition to legally migrate this year, I would encourage you to consider subscribing to this channel. The difference between those that are getting result and those that are not getting result is having access to credible information and using it on time. And therefore, it is in your best interest to consider subscribing to this channel. Follow us on our social media platform. We want to help as many people as possible to legally migrate abroad without having to spend money on agent. So let's go to the good news I have to you today. As you're aware, it's New Zealand. So how do you actually migrate to this great country? In order for you to migrate to New Zealand, you need a job from an accredited employer. In New Zealand, the government has given license to certain employers to bring workers like me and you from abroad. Only an accredited employer can bring workers from abroad. Now, how do you actually find this job? You need a 30 hours job. You do not need English language proficiency test to move to this country. Before I show you that, you need to make sure before you start this process, you've got a passport, international passport, that is valid for 6 months. And you also need to have a police report and medical report before you start the process. If you have qualifications from your home country, whether it's trade certificate as a plumber, electrician, you need to, or you've got a degree in medicine or whatever field you study, you need to make sure that your qualification, you send it to New Zealand authorities for them to convert it to their standard, for them to accredit it to their own standard. That's very important. So let's go to the job site. So in order for you to get a job, there are certain websites in New Zealand that are very, very popular. One of them is seek.co.uk. You can also use sites such as trademe.co.uk. You can use Google Job. You can use Azona. You can use Dora. You can use Indeed. You can use LinkedIn. You can use Glassdoor and a few other sites to look for job. Now, this is where I want you to pay attention. In New Zealand, if you're searching for job, you need to use keywords. I will show you once I finish, I'll show you what I meant. You need to use keywords to search for jobs that have been advertised by accredited employer. Remember, only accredited employers can bring you to New Zealand. So if you type in things like keyword immigrate to New Zealand on Seek site, it will show you all the jobs that accredited employers have advertised. Now, this is very important. Pay attention before I share that with you. If you like the value of what you're hearing, consider subscribing to this channel. We want to help as many people as possible to migrate without having to pay agent. So when you search for a job and you find a job that has been advertised by an accredited employer, make sure you do not apply directly for the job. Highly unlikely, your chances of getting the job directly from a website like Seek Indeed is very, very slim because the employers pay these guys that own this site, they pay them. So they are likely not going to respond because they know they're going to pay this employer. And most of the employers in New Zealand, they'll provide food and they'll provide accommodation. So they are trying not to spend too much money to bring you in. So this is where you've identified a job, you go on the company's website directly to apply for the job. And before you apply for the job, make sure your CV has been formatted according to New Zealand standard. This is very, very important. If you rush impulsively and apply for a job without working on your CV, you are not going to get a response. It's not because the employer doesn't like you, it's because you don't have what the employer is looking for. That is why it is very, very important for you to work on your CV. I am not one of those bloggers that will tell you to send the CV to me because I want to charge you money. I don't have time. I have other things that bring me money. I don't need to do that. So what you need to do, let me show you how you can work on your CV free of charge. There's a site called My Perfect CV, another site called JobScan. My Perfect CV, that's a site that you can access free of charge. Okay, so you go on that site, put your CV into that site, and work on it. When you finish working on it, then you now put it on, upload it on JobScan. If JobScan scores your CV less than 80%, it means you haven't got a strong chance of getting a job. So you need to work on the CV until it reaches above 80%. That means you got a good chance. So use those two sites to work on your CV before you apply directly on the company's website. If you see a farm job, make sure you have a CV that you've tailored towards the farm and you apply to the farmer's website. So if you do that, you stand a very good chance of getting a job. So I want to quickly summarize what I said now. So in order for you to go to New Zealand, you need a job that will pay you a minimum of 30 hours. You do not need English language proficiency test. Once you finally land the job, you will need to go on the government website and look for a form called INZ 1015. That form is what you will submit you start your application, fill in all your details. Once you fill in all your details, you will pay 750 New Zealand dollars. From the day you submit your application, less than 50 days, you will get a decision and you get your 2 years visa. Once you have your 2 years visa, you go to New Zealand, start your work, and after 2 years, you'll be able to apply for permanent resident. The minimum wage in New Zealand is more. The current minimum wage in New Zealand is just under $26. Okay, just close to $26. So this is a high-paying country. The way minimum wage is quite high in New Zealand, very, very high in New Zealand. So you get a job, you apply for the form, you get your visa, and you go to New Zealand, and you're in the process now. Now, it's very, very important. I'm going to leave links in the description section of how you can, the hardest part is getting a job. So I'll leave a link in the description side of the keyword that you can use when searching for job on sites such as Seek's website so that you can find jobs that have been posted by accredited employer. I cannot stress this enough. Only jobs that have been posted by accredited employers you will need to. I will also leave a link on the website where you can actually go to the New Zealand immigration website if you have any doubt, to make sure that you verify that the job you're applying for is a job that has been posted by an accredited employer. So that is the process. So make sure you follow Launch Club. We want to help as many people as possible to legally migrate abroad without having to spend a dime on agent. So I hope you have found value for this video. Consider subscribing to Launch Club. Share this video to anyone that you know who you think will benefit from this video. We all want to lift others. So we rise by lifting other people. So make sure you do that and watch out for my next video, which will be coming out in 24 hours. And that video is going to be loaded like this. Check the description section. I'm going to leave a lot of link on the description section. Thank you so much for your time. So let me quickly now show you how you can go on Seek's website and how you can quickly search for a job. Okay, let's talk about how to look for jobs in New Zealand. You can use websites like seek.co.nz. You can also use jora.com, trademe.co.nz, LinkedIn, Indeed, Google Jobs, Glassdoor. So I'm going to show you the easiest way to know if the employer that you're dealing with is an accredited employer. Okay, so what you do is you go on Google search. So we're going to use Seek now. So you go on Google search, you put Seek there. Okay, so this comes up. So we're going to go on this place now. Okay, so this is what you do. So you put here, you put accredited employer. So you just put accredited employer there. So you put accredited employer. You can see it's come up. So you see that it's come up. So what we're doing now is that it's going to search here. So this is an accredited list. This is just come up now with 128 jobs posted by accredited employers in New Zealand. Okay, so let's type the first one, which is it's an engineering job. So this is the job. Okay, this is the engineering job that is come up. Now, what I will say to you is use jobs website to strategically search for jobs, but do not apply directly on Seek or any other website, because the chances of the employers responding to your inquiry is very slim, because they have to pay this agency for if you get a job through them. So what you will do is, once you have found the company that is advertising, so what you then need to do is to go on the company's website and apply directly. That way, you will remove the middleman, which is the agency that has advertised the job through Seek, and you apply on the company's website directly. This is the easiest and best way for you to get a job in New Zealand, because you're actually saving the company money. You know, there are different ways you can find. You can put accredited employer there, or you can change that to, for example, you can change it to immigrate to New Zealand, or you can put immigrate to New Zealand. I'm going to leave all the keyword that you can use to search for jobs on the description set. I've just shown you one, which is accredited employers, and you can see 125 jobs comes out, and you can apply directly through this employer, like I said before. That way, you're likely to get a response because you're applying directly to the company. You can use LinkedIn, go on the company's website, network with the company, contact them directly, but use the job site that I've given you now, all the job sites that I've mentioned. Use those sites to find the companies that are looking for workers, but do not apply directly through the agency's website online. Do not apply through Google. You can apply through Google Job because Google Job is free, but do not apply on through things like Indeed because your chances of you getting response if you do is very slim. So go directly to the company. That way, they are more likely to respond to your job inquiry because if they hire you, they will not be paying the middleman. Okay, so I'm going to leave all the links in the description section. I will answer all your inquiry. I want to teach you how to get a job so that you can migrate abroad without needing to use an agent so that you can save money. If you have found value for this video, make sure you consider subscribing to Launch Club. Follow us on all our social media platforms. We want to help as many people as possible to legally migrate abroad without having to spend money on agents. We release videos every 1 or 2 days on different countries. Our mission is to help people to migrate to new countries and that through students, skilled or unskilled workers route so that you do not have to pay a dime to an agent to fulfill your dream of migrating. Make sure you share this video with anyone that you think will benefit and consider subscribing to Launch Club Media. And we want to help as many people. I cannot stress that enough. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. I will release another video in 24 hours time. Make sure you look out for the video and turn on your notification bell so that as soon as we release video, you will be the first person to see it. May God bless you. May God let your dream come true. I will see you soon when I release my next video. Thank you.